So welcome, beginners mentorship session.
Hi.
Thank you.
Yep. And you guys are the new kids on the block. So we will do our best to look after you.
Okay.
In case you've been wondering, it's been intentional that we've been putting up some stuff on the group that we know you probably have no idea about, like trades and things of that nature, because we want to start to expose you to the language. So even if it doesn't make sense just quite yet, we want you to start to see what it is that we do when we trade, how we talk, the things that we consider, what our trades look like, stuff of that nature. Right?
Right.
So far, how many of you have taken the time to actually get your demo up? Trading it's 75% mental and 25% skill, unless you count the mentality as a skill. But it's 25% stuff I can teach on a blackboard, and then 75% stuff that you have to figure out between your ears. And that 75% is applicable across the entire spectrum of life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that 75% will work in business, in family, in faith, in ministry, in family, in marriage, in raising children. It's the exact same set of principles that you need to do well in life. Trading has taught me more about life and myself than anything else outside my faith.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Trading has helped me identify and correct some very lacking parts of my character. Because the markets will chew you up and spit you out. If you don't come correct, they'll deal with you. And for those of you who are Christians, the word graph is the English of the word graphe, which is the Greek word for the Bible, the Word of God. And I found out that the charts we trade are like mirrors, just like the Bible says the Bible is. When you look at the chart, you're seeing three things. The first thing you're seeing is raw data. That's the least important thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The raw data is the least important thing. It's important, but it's the least important. The second thing you're seeing is the psychology of everybody else trading. The chart is a picture of human psychology. And when you begin to understand this, and that's why I like to teach this from the beginning, you don't see the chart as you trading figures. You see it as you trading against other people's psychology, which is why we have the phrases wins and losses, because you are literally competing every time you trade. And you need to be able to read what other people are doing. This will make sense as we go along, where you see that the whole methodology of our trading here at Israel Keys Wealth is to figure out what chart patterns mean for what other people are doing, whether they're market makers, that's the big banks, or other traders like you, and how to position yourself accordingly to make money off their decisions. But bear in mind, they're also watching your decisions too. But the third thing the charts show you is you. If you're impulsive, if you don't know how to make decisions and stick with them, if you're scatterbrained, if you're indisciplined, if you're greedy, if you're afraid, if you have fear, if your pleasure pain threshold is flunky, you won't do well initially. For instance, let me give you an example of something that I did the other day that I felt was fascinating. Let me see if I can get out the Let me see. Let's see if I can do it this way. So if I make that guy, which is me on my phone, if I make him a host, let's see. Can I share the screen of my phone? 1 second. Claim host show not really. Can I share? Okay, so yeah. If I make my phone the host, right, what can you guys can still see that screen, right? That background screen, right?
He's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Cool.
He's like he's worth and begin his mentorship session.
Cool. So I am going to share my screen. Yep. And I'm going to share. Actually, if I do that, let me pull up that picture I'm looking for. Right. Cool. Let me take the picture. Then we go back and we share screen. Let me show you what trading can do to you if you don't know what you're doing. Right. Can you see my screen now?
See
Blank.
something. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a demo account.
Okay.
Oh, can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a demo account. I believe everybody, when you trade, even if you trade live, I believe in having, I have three accounts I trade with, or three types of accounts. I could have several. Sometimes I'm trading a fund of other people's money, but my own personal account, I have 3 accounts. The first one is my live account. So where I'm making real money and losing real money. Then I have a demo account that I trade like it's live. I take a little bit more risk there, things that I wouldn't try on my live account, just to test out some stuff or some hunches, but I'm still kind of disciplined. Then I have a fluffy demo. That's this one. This is where I experiment. Now, you can see that all these trades, first of all, they're all losses, because this is what I do with my demo account. With this particular demo account, you're gonna either see wild wins or losses, because I'm just testing out stuff, trying to learn more about the markets every day. So this particular week, every trade I took here was a loss because I was testing stuff out. Each of them won eventually, or no, some of them won eventually. But this is what happened. If you look at let's see if I can get that up. All right, can you see that? Is my cursor moving?
Nope.
No.
It's not. Actually, it's not. So the first 4 trades,
Yeah.
they're all on the 2nd of April.
Yeah.
They're all losses.
Yeah.
What was the first trade?
404. Oh no, sorry.
No. That's the overall balance. The first trade is the one that says Euro USD.
You lost minus 58.10.
Minus $58.
Yeah.
Did I buy or sell?
Sell.
At what time of the day did I sell?
In the morning.
26 past 10.
26 past 10 server time. So roughly 8:26 or 9:26 in terms of UK time.
Yeah.
What's the next trade?
You bought.
Euro US.
I bought. Did I win or lose?
Lost.
You lost.
When did I take that trade?
So it will be 8:46 UK time.
Later.
So how many minutes after the first trade?
20.
So how is it possible that I lost a trade 20 minutes later? I took the opposite trade and I still lost.
Repeat that for me, please. Say that again.
I sold.
Yeah.
At 9:26 UK time and I lost.
Yeah.
Then I sold again at 9:46, 20 minutes later. The opposite that I bought, sorry. So I went the opposite way and I lost again. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Then I sold again at 12:35. That's 11:35. So just under 2 hours later, and I lost again.
Yeah.
And then I bought an hour after that, and I lost again. That doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
It shouldn't make sense right? That I can take 4 trades oscillating back and forth. Because if sell is losing, buy should be winning.
Yeah.
But I was what we call trade hopping, and I ended that particular day losing 60 plus 80 plus 50. That's a 150, 230, roughly $300.
Yeah.
Right? Now let me show you what that looks like in real on a chart. Let me get the chart up and show you. All right, let me open up a chart. So USD. Open up a chart. USD. Euro USD. Let's put my template on it.
Pure.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you say then that even though you lost on the first sell, you should have stuck with selling?
Well, we're going to look at that in a second.
Okay.
There's one in every class, isn't there? There is one in every class. So let's give myself back the host. And then I'm going to share this. Cool. So you can see my charts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's find the 2nd of April. This is what, those of you that haven't done it, you need to set this up, right? Because this is how you, actually, let me put that back. Let me show you that. So I'm doing another experiment. I've opened a live account and I put $100 in. And I want to see how quickly I can get it from 100 to 1,000. This is real money, right?
Is that real money?
Yeah, this is real money. So for instance, I've taken 2 trades on it. A win for $7 and a loss of $1 because I closed that because I realized that what I was trying to set up didn't work. But I'll refer you guys to this account in the future to show you how hopefully you can start small and grow big. But anyway, let's go to the 2nd of April. So this is the 2nd of April here. I believe, right? This was the 2nd of April. So we're going to go in and look at it on a 50-minute chart to give us more clarity. If you're wondering how does this help me become a better trader, stick with me and I'll show you. So this is the day here, right? This orange bar. So to make this, second. Why did I do that? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of that so I can control it. Let's see. Control B, get rid of the rectangle. Delete. These are all things that you will learn. Shortcuts in MetaTrader. So this is the 2nd of April. Just so we know the day we're dealing with, we're just gonna put that there. So that's the day. So according to my server time, the first trade was what time? 10:26, right?
Yeah.
So that was here, roughly 10:30. And what did I do? I sold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If I just left this trade for the rest of the day, I think I was roughly about here when it happened. So here. If I left this trade for the rest of the day, what would have happened? Go on, talk to me. What would have happened if I left this trade?
You would have continued to lose.
No, I would have won because
No,
I
yeah.
sold.
Yeah.
Sell means you're going down.
Yeah.
So I would have made plenty of money.
Mm.
Demo money, because I was testing this out, but plenty of money. But
Mm.
it started to go up against me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know what? Actually, it's going up. So I closed it. It was intentional. I closed it.
Mm.
Then I put in the buy trade. It's going to go up, right? Because it's already going up. And then it started coming down.
Okay.
Then roughly about here, right? Which is, let's see now. So roughly about here, which was, yeah, so 12.25. So here, 12.25. I finally make the decision. Actually, I closed the trade at 12.35, so I would have entered it earlier. So I'm like, it's going. So I'm like, you know what? I made up my mind. It's actually selling. So I closed the buy trade. I'm like, I'm going to sell now. What does the market do?
Go up.
Goes up.
Oh, I've made up my mind. It's buying now. Then I put on the fourth buy trade. And then what does it do?
Go down.
And at some point, I'm like, I quit. The market doesn't like me. And then what does it then do?
Goes down.
Remember this when I tell you, you'll see this as you develop as a trader. This is intentional. The people controlling this thing know exactly what they're doing. And it's designed to have that exact effect on you.
To make you anxious
To
and
make
do
you
something
anxious,
silly. Yeah.
to make you uncertain, and to test to see whether or not you really know or believe in what you're doing.
Okay.
And so the only way to overcome this, I want you to write these down. There's 3 ways to overcome this. Or there's 3 things that need to go into overcoming this. Each of them by itself is useless or not as useful as all of them put together. Number 1 is technical knowledge. Say technical knowledge.
Technical knowledge.
Technical knowledge.
In essence, if I understand how trading actually works. So what's going on there? Is that better?
Better.
Yeah.
Yep. Back to normal.
Back to normal. Okay. So number 1 is to understand, how does trading actually work? Because there's a skill to this thing. You can't just open up a chart and say, well, I think that looks nice. I'm just going to buy there and sell there. You will lose your life savings. This is a double-edged sword. You can make plenty of money. You can lose plenty of money. There are people who've walked out of buildings on the 10th floor because they lost money trading stocks and shares or Forex or whatever.
God have mercy.
So number 1 is technical knowledge. And that's what we're going to give you. We're going to teach you technical knowledge. My mom is trading live now.
Oh,
Sister Patsy, she started the mentorship the same time as you. You're quiet.
She's having a sailor moment.
Yep.
Again. No, I moved from my phone to the computer because I was limited.
Okay, that's fine.
On my
That's fine.
phone.
But my mom's older than you. She started the mentorship the same time as you. She's trading live.
Shame on me.
She made, well, no shame, but she made $50 yesterday. Live money.
Mm.
Like 60, actually it was about $60 on 2 trades. A big one and a small one. And she was so excited.
Oh.
So if you can teach your mom something, then you're good at it. You're good at teaching. But then secondly, if my mom can learn it, then nobody in this mentorship group has any reason not to.
Yeah.
And she had not traded a day in her life. No previous experience on anything, stocks, shit, anything. She was a green rookie.
Wow.
But she had So she didn't have the technical knowledge, is my point. But she had a little, or she has, I should say, a little bit of these next two things. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 2 is discipline / structure / order. There is nothing random about the way the markets move. Everything is principled. And nobody wins every single trade. I just showed you today. I've taken 2 trades on my micro live account that I opened the account today. No, I opened it yesterday. My first trade was today. I took 2 trades today. I lost one and I won one. I lost one for 1%. I won the other one for 7%. So a net win of 6% for the day. So think about this. Today I had a 50% success rate, and I came away with 6%. Think about that. You know why?
No.
Why?
Because of discipline, structure, and order. For instance, one of the things that I've said to you guys, if you've watched the Forex Basics, and if you haven't watched the Forex Basics, please, once you finish here, hop down straight to YouTube and watch it. But risk management, so the things that kill all, well, not all, but most new traders who fail, and money management. And they're all about discipline, structure, and order. No matter how right you are, if you cannot tell yourself, I am not losing more than 1%. So for instance, let me give you an example. 1 second. 1 second. Let me take that off. Let me go to another one of my accounts. Actually, yeah, let me go to another one of my accounts. One of my demos. One of my, I think this, yeah, this is my, let me go to this. So this is my serious demo. There's a trade on there right now as we speak on my serious demo account. See if I can find it. There we go. Alrighty, so this is the trade. It's live right now. Right? It's live right now. This is where I enter the trade, the green line. This is where I hope to exit the trade if all goes according to plan. My take profit line, it's the red line there. And if that happens, then I will win $410. This is my stop loss, where if I lose the trade, notice if I lose the trade, I'm going to win $8 if I lose the trade. How? Because the trade started off here. Let me move that here. This is how it started off. So let me just show you real quick an idea of how we work, the magic quote unquote that we do, that you see on the groups with the experienced traders. So I did some analysis and I came to the conclusion that I expected a reaction there from this day, 3 days ago or 2 days ago. I got the reaction here. Once I got the reaction here, I waited for this high. For now, I know it doesn't make sense to you. Just come along with me for the ride.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, once that clipped there and it broke through there, what I'm showing you is the rules I applied. I expect a reaction there. Boom, I get my reaction. Cool. I then want price to go above that level there. In fact, it first started off by looking at my daily chart. Let me move to. I looked at my daily chart. Let me see properties in a chart that's not too messed up. Black and white. Right. So I looked at my daily chart, and on this day here, I had already drawn a line. In fact, actually, let me just take you through the entire thing, because some people might be watching this who are actually more experienced traders. So it'll benefit them talking about following rules. I drew that line out there from 2 years ago. Believe it or not, from 2 years ago, I was waiting for this scenario. And even if you weren't, in hindsight, you can see it. It's called a gap. You guys know that I have different colors for the different levels on my chart.
Mm.
On the weekly level, my color is saddle brown or sandy brown. No, actually, no, saddle brown. So while price was going up, I knew one day it was coming back there to that level. Other trades were happening, but as price kept coming down, if you were in the group last year, I kept calling while it was coming down here in November, December, October. I kept saying, we're coming here. We're coming to this level. That is the, what's the price level there? 1.07835. Once we got there on the 16th of February, right? And then we bounced. This is on a weekly chart now. These take weeks to set up. You got to be patient. Once it bounced and took out that level, I expected it to go back down. And then it took another month. There were other trades to take, but this idea was panning out. Once it went back down there and clipped that, you see this, and reacted, and it came back down, I knew it was going to touch there again, right? I'm going to draw a line there. This is the week. Come down to a daily chart. What do you know? We see a reaction here. Something I've taught you guys, or the experienced guys, called a daily engulfing. At that point, I then wait. My daily line or lines are green. I wait for price to cross there. And once that happens, you see, the moment price crosses this line, I'm looking now for buy trades. I am only looking for a buy trade until I see a reversal, which I'll show you in the future. And so from it crossed that line 3 days ago, right? The 7th of April. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is the kind of rules you have to be able to follow. And so from this point onwards in price, I don't care about a short. I am only going to buy unless I'm scalping, which means you're in and out in like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I drop down to an hourly chart. See, that's the line there. Remember we said from this point on, we're only buying, right? Get rid of that now. And so you could have bought, well, actually this was the day it happened. So this is actually the point at which once it crosses that line, from this point, we're only buying. I'm waiting for price to come back down into that region and find support. Means it's something to stop it from going further and buy. I drop down another level, and this is what I showed you. So we're going to get rid of that now. Don't get bored yet. Am I boring you just yet?
No, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not
It's,
bored.
that's a good one.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't even understand what's
Cool.
happening. But hey,
You will
so
come back to this video because I'm going to put this video on YouTube for you guys. You're going to come back to this video several times over the next few weeks and months, and it will blow your mind the more you understand.
Okay.
See that there? Again, you don't know why I put it there, but it's there. I knew it was going to be there. And once price comes into it at this point and rallies above that level. So you see how those charts I put on the group, you see how I draw them now. Okay, so now we are in a 15-minute. So I am going to be red because we're 15 minutes. You see here, it comes and it almost touches it, but it doesn't pass it.
Mm.
I need for it to pass it. It needs to go above. At this point here, right? When it nicks it there, it comes back down here and it reverses. On a 1 hour chart, it takes out that there. At this point, this is the point at which my trade is active. This here is the signal. And I just showed you that signal was 2 years in the making, right?
Yeah.
If I wanted to show you something extra, I mean, not that many of you might not understand it, but I'll just put it there for those who will when they're watching this later. This is the level I'm now looking for the trade to happen in. Once it comes in here and it breaks back over that green line again. In fact, the green line is the level. Sorry, not this. The green line is literally the level just above it where that's valid. So the moment that candle closes, yeah, so that's there. And then I buy and I put my stop loss here, either beneath this here or beneath this level here. Can you follow this pattern? If you want, now remember I said you need the technical knowledge first. That's what we're going to give you by training you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you go through this painstaking level of discipline?
Yeah.
You see what I mean by trading will make you a better person.
Yeah.
If you don't believe that this is what I did, let me drop my trade onto the screen. Look at this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that? Where was my exit? So now, if we drill in, the red is the stop loss, the green is the entry. Can you see that the red is almost exactly where I said the stop loss will be?
Yeah.
And that the green is almost exactly where I said the entry would be.
Yeah.
mm,
Can you see that?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just proven to you that this trade that is now making $315, you can see that on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This trade making $315 wasn't by accident. It was the result, let's come back here, of discipline, structure, and order. Also, let's go back there. If I had lost this trade from when I put it in, how much money would I have lost? Can you read? Can you see that? How much is in that box? Where it says drag to modify profit
72
72. So
US
I would have
dollars.
lost $72, right?
Yeah.
If I'd lost, right?
Where does
Yeah.
it say the $72?
Exactly.
16, sorry.
Can you
What's
see that?
highlighted?
72.16,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So the maximum amount of money I could have lost on this trade was $72,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you come down here to the bottom of the screen, what's the balance of this account currently?
10,100.
Okay.
10,107, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And factoring in the fact that I'm currently winning about 300, my balance is 10,400. But before I opened this trade, the balance was 10,100 and something. You can see that, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What is 1% of $10,000?
100.
$100. You heard me say before that your maximum risk should be 1% of your account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you can see I followed my rule.
Mhm.
Talk to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that I followed my rule.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great trade. I'm sure it's going to win. So I'm going to put my stop loss here. Right? Let's put my stop loss down here. What's that? How much will I lose if I lose this trade?
403
403.
dollars.
How many percent is that?
Hey. 4%.
4%.
Am I on a different screen? Where you guys getting these?
Can you
No,
see my cursor moving?
I think my eyes, man.
Chance, can you see my cursor
Mouse
moving?
I'm losing my eyes, I think.
You're not losing your eyes. You can see a white background with chart patterns, right?
I see that.
Put it
Well,
on the
it
So
says-
if you look at the bottom where my cursor is, I've just clicked on the red line at the bottom and a box comes up, says drag to modify profit minus 404.26. You can see that, right?
1 second. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
It's gone off now. Let me put it back.
yeah, I've seen that. Okay.
Okay.
Drag to modify. Right, all right.
Now
See, I have
that would
now.
have been breaking my rule. Or if the stop loss was where it was supposed to be, right? But if I'd waited till here to enter the trade, up here, that would have roughly been again the 4%. Meaning, if anything happened, if the stock market crashed, if President Trump said something in his press conference that he shouldn't have said, I could lose 4% overnight. Now let's look at what I'm going to win if this trade wins. How much am I going to win?
410.
410.
How many percent is that?
4%.
So if I'm risking 72 pounds or dollars, sorry, and I'm winning $410, somebody please help me do the math. What's the ratio of 410 divided by 72?
Yeah. 5.69.
5.69. So can we call that 5.7?
Yeah.
So where my risk and money management are concerned,
Mm.
I have stuck to maximum 1% risk. So I'm actually less than 1% risk on the trade, but maximum 1% risk, right?
Mhm.
And I always say a minimum of 3-to-1 RR. When you see the words RR in trading, we mean risk to reward. Meaning your reward must always be at least 3 times more than your risk. I prefer 4. In fact, let me put that there. Most experienced traders don't believe that you can consistently find trades of 4-to-1 hour to hour. But with the technical knowledge we're going to show you, I'm just giving you one. You can see it's live right now, right? And we constantly, regularly, on an almost daily basis, get 4, 5, 6, 7 if you know how to trade. Preferably 4-to-1. And we'll be giving you signals as well. We'll be telling you, like I told you, remember I told you that I put the trade on the group this morning, right? When I entered. So it wasn't hindsight. I said, hey guys, I'm going long on EU. And I said, patience, it's moving around, patience. And then it took off. Now, these are some so discipline, structure, order. Now, I just showed you on my live account. This trade should really just move. I just showed you on my live account, my live micro, the one I'm experimenting with, that I took 2 trades today. Let me show you the 2. The first one that I lost, I actually lost it by accident because I forgot I was on my live account when I opened it. I thought I was on my demo.
Well, that could have been dangerous.
Well, that's why you only ever risk 1%. So if your son or daughter comes or your grandchild comes into the room and presses the button by accident,
Ooh.
aha, you get me?
Yeah.
Now, there's a trade that's in there that I left there yesterday, but it never triggered. So let me just delete it now. If you make a mistake, okay, first of all, let me address this first of all. Notice that this particular account has $100 in it. So if I win, what's 1%? A pound.
Yeah.
That's foolish. No, it's not. That's where you should probably start from when you go live. That's why I'm using this one to make a point at how you can grow quickly. You should take the maximum amount of money you can lose in a day and not get depressed.
Right.
If you left your wallet on the bus, what's the maximum amount of money that would have been in that wallet before you start feeling sick? Multiply that by 100. And that's what you should start trading with. Let me repeat. If your dog or your cat ate the money you left on the table by accident, what's the maximum amount of money that could be before you eat the dog or the cat? And for all the animal rights lovers out there who listen, I'm only joking. Nobody's eating a dog or a cat here. Amen. I'm a dog lover. I've loved them my whole life, and I'm not an animal. So just a joke. But you get the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you need to be unemotional. And we're going to come to this in the third issue. When you make decisions, if the money you stand to win or lose is too valuable to you, you will fail because you make emotional decisions that will wreck your trading. So what's the maximum amount, not the minimum, the maximum, because it should hurt a little bit. It should be enough to keep you focused, but not enough that it depresses you. Multiply that by 100, fund your account with that amount, and only risk 1% a trade, meaning on every single trade, you're only losing the maximum amount of money you can sleep well at night if your dog or cat ate, or your grandson or granddaughter drowned or tore up or something. And that's the maximum amount you should lose per day. So if you take more than, for those of you who like to, I mean, I've had students who, and I used to be like that. They get addicted to the sound of the trade alert. It makes it, when you open the trade, it makes it sound like you're clapping. That's the sound it makes.
When you win, when you're making money, yeah.
No, when you just open a trade.
Okay.
On MetaTrader 4, the sound is like this. You hear that? It's like a clap, like a door shutting, and it gets addictive. People are bored. They want to trade. They're having a bad day. They want to trade. Their girlfriend or boyfriend is getting on their nerves. They want to trade. Somebody told them they're gaining too much weight. If you want to have fun, if you're a guy, buy a computer game, go play sports. If you're a lady, whatever you guys do, I don't know what you guys do to have fun. Do your nails, do your hair, go window shopping, go for high tea with the girls. I don't know I'm not being sexist. I just don't know. I've never been a woman before. Do not use trading to get your fix for boredom. Don't use it to medicate your emotions. And don't gamble. If you want to gamble, go to Vegas. Let them put you up in a nice suite. You know that the money you're wasting is going on having a nice time. Foreign exchange, stocks and shares because you will go crazy. And if you can't follow rules and you don't know the technical instructions, you're gambling. So remember I told you that based on my rules from here, when I showed you this one, actually it was here, that one of my rules was the moment so it touched this line, it went up, came back down, went through it, came back up and touched it again, and then it broke through that there. Remember I said from that point I'm only taking buy trades. That's a rule. No matter how good the sell trade looks, I'm only taking what? Right. Buy trades. Let's look at my account history. The 2 trades I took today. This is the one I lost. I lost one. Look, see exactly how much?
£1.
How much did I lose there? Come on, shout me out.
£1.
£1. What's £1 as a percentage of 100?
1%.
So you see, I followed my rule.
Yeah.
I could have said, well, I mean, come on. I hope you guys know that a pound is not going to make me depressed, right? Last year I was trading a fund where my 1% was $1,000, and you are seeing the results I was posting. So a pound is not going to make, but because I'm showing you how to follow rules on this account, I had to close the trade, or I set the trade to close at £1, exactly 1%. What kind of trade is it? Look at this here. What kind of trade is it?
Sell.
Okay. So you see, I broke a rule. Can you see that?
Yeah.
If I had kept that rule, would I have lost this trade?
No.
Now, I took it because I thought when I entered the trade, I was sleepy. Some of you, I was in a meeting with some of you this morning. I pretty much slept 1 hour last night, exactly 1 hour last night. I was so sleepy. The trade was opened 10:42, and that's when it was closed. It was opened at 4 a.m. in the morning, server time. So that's 3 a.m. So this trade was open at 3 a.m. in the morning, right? Our time. You see that there? Here, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
And so I forgot what account I was on. And it was after our meeting in the morning, I opened the account and I said, snap. This is actually my live account, because I thought it was my throwaway demo. Because I was testing to see what would happen if I went short, to see where price would go. And it did go down for a while. This is today, right? See, it went down. And then it turned around and went back up. But because of good risk management, I only lost 1%. I then came back 6 hours later. And again, part of our rules, let's go back to this. Part of the rules we're talking about, which we teach you, and the experienced students have gone through most of these already, is the time of the day, week, and month to trade. time of day / week / month. The rules say we are not trading EU, Euro, US dollar at 3 a.m. in the morning. And this video is going to go on YouTube, so the experienced students are going to see this. If I'm lying, they'll tell you in the groups, right? Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've probably heard us talk about this before. That we trade London Open, right? Remember, you heard these phrases before?
Yeah.
And New York Open.
Yeah.
You've heard that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the formation.
London Open is from roughly 6 / 7 a.m. in the morning at this time of the year to roughly about 10 in the morning. That's it. New York Open is roughly from about at this time of the year again, because they change based on when we move the clocks back and forth. From roughly about 12 noon to roughly about 3 p.m. If you stick to those times of the day, you stick to the risk and money management and to the rules of the technical knowledge that I showed you. For an example, things like not only trading in one direction based on the bias on the daily chart and waiting for this to happen and that to happen and everything, 75% of your losses will be filtered out. So let's go back there. When did this trade start to move? When did it start to move? Can you see the time there? What time is that?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock server time. So what time is it in the UK?
8.
Right now, the server time is, so it's 6 o'clock on the chart, but we know it's 4 o'clock here. So the server time is because the company that we're trading with are in Cyprus. So they're 2 hours ahead of us, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So 10 minus 2 is what?
8.
8. Is that within London Open?
Yeah.
No.
No.
London Open is 6 to 10.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
So 8 is exactly in the middle of London Open, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So can you see that following the rule of based on the daily chart, only taking a buy trade today, meaning any sell trade, we're not interested. I'm just tempted to close this trade now because it's just dancing up and down. Anyway, and only waiting from, so look at, so let's see, from 6 o'clock today would have been 8 o'clock on the chart, right? So that would have been here. So let me put the lines here. So this is 6 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock server time there, right? And this is 10 o'clock, which would be 12 on the server, on the chart. So this is the window of time we should have been trading. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Between these two red lines.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
we waited for the weekly chart to come and fill the gap. We waited for the daily chart to break to the north engulfing. We waited for it to come back down to find support here. Then we call it to break market structure here, to come back down in there. I forgot to mention to you that while it was doing that, again, these are rules that you don't yet know, so relax. But while it's doing that, we also wanted to take out a low here because we know there will be liquidity there, right? So it's met all these requirements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the trigger there. Actually, sorry, no. So that wasn't the trigger. I got the timing wrong. This was the trigger here.
Yeah.
Right? In this time zone. Because remember, I took the trade at 10:42. That's 8:42. So it's roughly 9 o'clock. So that would have been here. So around here, right? So let's move that to this just a little bit. So I took the trade there. Can you see that just by following rules, I was protected?
Yeah.
Because anybody who can trade in this time frame will tell you that the only way to go is up. After 1 month of learning, you will know that if you, because at that time of the day, the chart will have looked like this. That's all you would have seen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You would not have been able to see anything else. Like that, with the understanding of what we're doing, there is no sense going short. Discipline, structure, and order. That includes your risk management. It includes your time and your money management. It includes your timing. It includes your technical concepts. So the technical knowledge you learned, you need to be disciplined to follow it. And not say, well, this person says it's going to go up, so I'm going to, or it looks like it's going up. No. What does your technical knowledge tell you? Apply your risk and money management. Apply your timing. And to do that, how many of you have heard me say before that, oh, I overslept and I woke up and my trade had gone?
Yeah.
Because my work means I'm up most of the night. So many times I can't be awake between 6 and 10 because I went to sleep at 4 or 5.
Right.
And it's okay because I can now come and trade New York Open. And New York Open is, like I said, between 12 roughly and 3.
And 3.
So that would be between 2 on the server. So that's this line here. Let me make it blue. 1 second. I think I'm just going to close this trade. It's getting on my nerves. 1 second. I think I'm just going to close this trade. Okay, it's not on this. Right. Let me see. 1 second. Let me just close this trade. Because I don't, even though, actually, but it's going to go up. It's going to go up. But, you know, I told you I treat my demo like it's live. I treat my serious demo like it's live. So I'm asking myself, if this was a live account, I'd probably be closing the trade now. Yeah, it's $318. Let me see. Because I don't want to throw away $300 because I'm trying to make an extra 80. So that's the trade there. That's what I'm trying to get to, you see. It's okay, it's moving now. Should I just close it? Guys, vote. Should I just close it?
Is this your live account or not?
It's my serious demo.
Oh, okay.
No, I've closed it on my main live account already. I've banked the money on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, by the time I started messing around here, by the time it did 4-1 on my live account, I just closed it. Part of the rules. 4-1, bam. On the live account, 4-1. If it starts retracing, I close.
Okay.
You know, you can't lose long term making 4-1 on every trade you win if you know what you're doing. So yes, I've banked the money.
Okay.
And I'm happy. Now I can look at this properly because it was just disturbing me. Even though it was a demo, like I said, that's the demo that I treat like it's live. So we're going to make this line blue. This is New York. And so we said 12-3, right? So that would be 5 according. So can you see what's going on here? Let me drop down to a 5-minute chart to make it clearer. Can you see this?
Yes.
So according to our rules, which I showed you in advance, right? I showed you the rules that I followed, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to the rules, today I should only be taking a buy, and I should only be looking to take a trade in these 2 blocks of time. Can you see that, please, ladies and gents?
Yeah. So that's 8:30 and 12.
So between 8 or 6, between 6 and
6.
10,
Okay.
remember you're adding 2, or you're taking away 2 to get to London time. So what's 8 on the chart is actually 6 in London, because this is the time in Cyprus. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see that? You see, I told you I didn't like that trade. What he was doing is starting to fall now. I'm glad I took my money. So between 6 and 10, and between 12 and 3, -2.
Yeah.
So can you see that I had, and notice, like I said, the threshold is this green line. The signal is 1 pip or 2 pips above the green line. That's the signal. See it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 times today that I could have taken a trade where the price crossed the green line going up. In London, that's there. You see that there?
Mhm.
And in New York, that is there. 1 second. So that's the trade that we just took, right? I'm going to take this trade and throw it on the chart. Now that I've closed it, it'll show you exactly why I entered, exactly why I came off. See that? This tells you where I entered there. This is the journey the trade took. And this red line here shows you where my stop loss was, right? And if I scrunch this up, the blue line here will show you where my take profit was supposed to be, even though we didn't get there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I entered here. I would have come out there. If it had gone to profit in one go, it still may. I probably will still go today. I just don't like, once I've done 4 to 1, I don't like bouncing up and down. And it will have closed there. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
For the record, the reason why I'm trading with this as my real account is I'm coming from a fund, like I said, where I was trading 100 grand last year. My live account at the moment, because I told you guys I took a break in trading when I shut the phone down in December. Every year I take about 2 months off. This year it was more than 2 because I went on holiday with my family. I didn't start trading live again till about the middle of March. And when I started about with my live account. I started with roughly about 2.5 grand roughly. But I want a demo account that is at the level of what I intend to start trading when I go full swing. So when I go full swing, I want to trade 10 grand, right? So I want to get used to dealing with 10,000 pounds or $10,000.
Mm.
Used to losing 1% of $10,000, used to winning 4% of $10,000. So the fake figures get my brain adjusted so that when I put my $10,000 in my account, I'm ready to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is why I have to treat this account like it's real. Because if I take liberties with it, I'm not getting ready for what I'm going to need to be ready for in about a few weeks from now. So I'm ramping up, because when you come back to trading live after not trading for a long amount of time, you don't want to just go straight in. You want to give your brain a chance to get used to it. For instance, like I told you, the mistake I made on my micro, the £100 account is to show you guys how you can start with £100 and make money. Imagine if I make that on my $10,000 account. That would be $100, right? Off a mistake, a trade that I opened by mistake. I can guarantee you, if my dog or my cat eats $100, I am going to want to eat them. I won't, but I'm going to want to eat them. You get the point, right?
Yeah. So you're sort of developing muscle memory. So
That I couldn't have put it better, Patsy. Muscle memory. That's it. That's exactly what it is. Muscle memory. So let's go back down to what we're looking at. Today I was up in London Open because I was on the phone with some of you guys on the meeting we had, which YouTube doesn't need to know what the meeting we had was, right? But if I missed it in London, can you see that it gave us another chance?
yeah.
Where did it form the second chance?
What in the time range? You mean?
In New York, right?
Yeah.
Remember, we're talking about, let me put these here. Insert text. So
Oh yeah, that was
we're
London.
talking about London Open.
Turkey Open.
In essence, when people who live in London start business, that's just it. The banks in London, the people trading the banks in London, they start looking at their chart at about 6 a.m.
Okay.
So that's just what it is. And since we're trading EU, most of the European countries have the same time zone as us. So it's EU. The euro is going to start business between 6 and 10, right? And the USD, which is the other part, is in America. For them, 6 to 10 is roughly between 12 and 3 hour time. So that's all there is to it. If you apply the wisdom, when are the people who are going to be trading, when are they likely to be awake and starting their day? When are they making their decisions? That's it. New York Open, London Open. There's a third time called London Close, but I'll show you that another day. And London Close is going to, in fact, London Close is just about starting. This is the time sometimes where, which is why I've closed this here, because this is the time where if it went up for the day, it may start to come down just a little bit. But that's beyond the scope of this lesson. So by following the technical rules, by keeping to the directional bias, let's go back and put that there. One of the technical concepts what we're talking about is a directional bias. It means every day when you open your chart, based on what I just showed you, you make up your mind. I'm only looking for longs or shorts. I don't care what happens today. I'm only buying today, or I'm only selling today, based on what I see on the daily chart. So by following my directional bias, by using my technical concepts, by sticking to the time of the day, and also the time of the week, because it's a Wednesday. There's things I expect to happen on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I've taught the experienced guys this, but I won't waste your time with this. But if the week's going up, I expect the low to form Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If the week's coming down, I expect the high to form Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I expect certain things to happen at certain times of the year. These are all parts of the technical concepts we'll teach you. I'm keeping my risk management tight. 1% risk maximum. I'm looking for a minimum of 3-to-1 risk to reward, but I want 4. I'm only going to take 3 if I can't find a trade that gives me 4. If Friday comes or Thursday comes and I've not seen any trade that gives me 4, I'll manage a 3. And because of that, on a day where I went 50%, let's go back to my live. Now that I've closed this trade, I'm happy now. Let's go back to my micro live. 1 second. There we go. So on a day in which I won one and I lost one, I'm still up 6%. Think about that. I took 2 trades today. I won one trade. I lost the other trade. And I am up 6% on my account. 5.95, $5.95. So let's call that $6. Think about this. If I had lost 3 trades, how much will I have lost?
£3.
$3, right?
$3.
And with one win of $7, I would still be up 4% for the day. Think about that. You can be wrong 75%. So even if your technique is bad, that's why I told you that your technique, your technical skills are only 25% of the matter. If your technique is wrong, if you lose 3 trades for every 1 trade you win, you could still, at 4-1, you would still make 1% every 4 trades. Your account would still grow. On this trade, I went 7%. Can I interest you in some of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you have to be disciplined to follow rules. You have to be disciplined to be up and in front of your charts at certain times. You're either watching London Open or you're watching New York Open or both. Today, I was busy. Otherwise, I could have made money both ways because this line was out here. Remember, I told you this line was out here from before?
Yeah.
From 3 days ago. On a normal day, the moment the price gets here and starts coming back down, in just before New York Open, I'm smiling because I'm going to double dip. I'm going to close my trade there. I'll make that profit. I'll let it come back down and go again and double dip. And I've shown this on the group sometimes where I've told you guys, hey, I've closed it. I'm waiting for the second entry. But that's for an experienced person. As a beginner, if you open the trade, just leave the trade to either win or lose. Don't meddle with it. Don't fiddle with it. Let it win or lose. But if you followed all these rules, the rules themselves protected you.
Yeah.
You got to be disciplined to trade at the same time every day. You got to be disciplined to follow the same boring rules. To not chase the price. To only wait for what it does when it does it. And you know what that equates to, finally? Which is the final thing here. The final thing you need to succeed as a trader. Who can guess what it's called? Who can guess what it's called?
No.
Psychology.
Being psycho.
Well, yes, technically speaking. And most people fail because they have bad psychology.
Okay.
They cannot control themselves. Right?
Yeah.
They just can't control themselves. Like I gave you the example of the situation with the crazy demo I showed you, where in one day, even though, and it was intentional, how you could get the direction. So I got the direction right. Remember? Can you guys remember the day I showed you the results I showed you from that day? Come on, talk to me.
I
can't remember. I can't.
I can't remember.
I showed you at the beginning the results from the day where I bought and I sold and I bought and I sold.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me go back there. Let me end with that. Let me go back there. So to do that, I need to. Hey, Pastor Winston, I didn't know you were in. Welcome.
Just listening, sir.
You just kind of snuck upon us. A good thing we weren't gossiping about you. Right. So I'm going to make this my phone the host again, so I can show you that again on how bad psychology will mess you up. So share screen, photo, files. That's the one. So can you see it on the screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, it was remember I put it, for those of you who remember, I put it on the group that I did an experiment today that you guys will be interested in seeing the results of. This was the experiment I was talking about, where I picked the day, again, 2nd of April. So here, this day here, let me put that there. 2nd April. Um, 2nd April. So we know this is the day we're talking about. And on this day, what was my first trade?
$58.10.
Was it a buy or a sell?
Sell.
Was it correct?
Was it correct? I don't know.
Was it a selling day? Did price go up or down on average that day? This is the day here.
Where?
Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. Okay, you can't see my screen again.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me change the share back. So, but you just, Sapati, can you write me down those trades? So, sell lost $58 at 8:26. That should be 8:26 because the server time is 2 hours
Sell
ahead.
what? Sell.
So, right, sell
Uh-huh.
lost $58
Uh-huh.
at 8:26 a.m.
Yeah.
Then buy
Uh-huh.
lost $83 at 8:46 a.m. And then
Uh-huh.
sell lost $50.
Lost 56.
$50.
50. Yeah.
At 10:35 a.m.
12:35 a.m. Yeah.
10:35.
10:35. Yeah.
And then buy lost $103
Yeah.
at, let's just call that, because that's one, that's two, so that's noon. Call that noon.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let me go back and make myself, no. So let me make my computer the host again. And then this way, I can share my chart again. So you should see my chart again, right?
Yeah.
You see my chart again?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first trade, when did I take it? What time was it, Sister Patsy?
8:26.
Actually, first of all, let's put in the New York and London opens first. So 6 p.m. So that would be 8 p.m. It's 6 a.m. Sorry. 2nd of April. Show you how psychology can mess everything up. Even if you're disciplined and even if you're technically sound, bad psychology will kill your account. So London is, so that's 8 a.m. server time. So that's 6 a.m. UK time to 10. So that's still 12 server time. So that's London. And then New York is so 12 UK time would be 2 server time. So that's New York. Let's put it in blue so we know it's New York we're dealing with. Until 3 o'clock, or sometimes I'd say 3:30. But I like using 3 o'clock. The days where, so that would be till 5. And that's it there. Right?
Mhm.
So if we follow all the other rules, we're only taking trades between there, that time, and this time. Right?
Mhm.
If we use the daily bias rule on the second, oof, that's a mess. Let me find, let's find another chart that's cleaner. So 2nd of April, right? Where was the 2nd of April? Here. That was 2nd of April was this day. So this is the day we're looking for, right? This one here. Guys, I'm going to have to put you on pause and mute for a quick second. I'll be back in a quick second. Just one quick second. Zoom recording. So now let's follow all our rules little by little. So this is the 2nd of April. That means this was the 1st of April. Remember I said the daily bias comes from the daily chart. So up until that point, the previous engulfing was south. So on this day, I should only have been taking a sell trade, according to the chart here, right? This is the exact opposite of the analysis I did for today's trade. We have that there. It should be green because this is a daily chart. The moment price crosses that level, it comes back down from that level here, and it goes back there and comes down again. Just one quick second, everybody. And we've got to finish this in 2 or 3 minutes. So in essence, what happened a couple of days before tells me that on this day in question, I should only be looking for sell trade. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, well, it wouldn't make sense technically because I haven't taught the beginners that, but I'm just bear in mind that based off the technicals looking at this chart, beneath that green line, I'm only looking for sell trades. Can you comprehend that?
Yes.
You may not know why, but I'm only looking for sell trades.
Mhm.
So we come to the day in question. Second of March or 2nd of April, right? We come
Well,
to the day in
these
question.
things, are they representing days or minutes, or I don't understand?
For now, just ignore that for now.
Oh,
That's beyond the scope of this.
okay.
We're dealing with the stuff between your ears before we start dealing with the technical stuff.
Okay.
So on this day, we should only be going south, right? From what I've just showed you, the technicals say our directional bias should be sell. We should only be selling. Do you agree with that?
Mm,
Are you there?
yeah.
Yeah.
I said, do you remember that I said we should only be selling on this day?
Yeah. On the second.
Okay. And we should only be looking to trade between these 2 red lines and these 2 blue lines. That's when we enter our trade.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, just following that alone, I'm only going south, and I'm only going south within these 2 time frames. Now, let me see if I can find those losses on that throwaway account.
Okay,
where
PO.
I performed the experiment. I think it's this one. Is it that one? I can't remember. Anyway, so one of them was at 8:46, right? 10:46 server time. So where's the time there? That's there, roughly there, right? So I sold here. If I'd sold here with my risk as 1% and I left the trade, would I have made money? Actually, I sold earlier. I closed the trade at 10 foot. I closed the trade here when it started going up. So I sold roughly here. Price was going down. I was happy. It turned around and I said, a rookie trader will say, oh no, my trade is going the wrong way. So I closed it for a loss and then I bought. That's the trade at 10:46, right?
Mhm.
And then it started going down again. Oh, I was right the first time. So I closed it. That's how the second loss came about, right? But look at where I started trying to sell again. First of all, I'm in the time space where I should not be trading. In this box here is not a valid trade time.
Okay.
It starts to go up again. I'm like, darn it, I was right the previous time. Then I buy here.
But you
And
wasn't.
what happens again? This is the one that lost the $100. And I eventually, again, I'm playing a role as a frustrated new trader. And I tell myself, you know what? The markets are cheating me today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quit. If I'd switched one more time, I would still have made money. But I eventually ended up sitting out the rest of the day. And so with the right technical information, with the right timing, the right structure, because I couldn't hold my nerve, quote and unquote, in the role I was playing, I lost 4 trades. $60, $80, $50, and $105. Put the math together. So let's say 100 plus 60 is 160, plus 80 is 240, plus another 60 is 300. How many percent is that of a $10,000 account?
3%.
3%. Now, if I'd stuck with my original trade, which was here, which was at this point here, so the risk was 22 pips. On that day, I could have made, let's assume I didn't go all the way till the end. Let's assume I just got out here. That's 88 pips. That's 4-1. So this is the 4-1 I told you to look for, right? 4-1. As opposed to making $400, I lost, quote and unquote, $300 in that experiment for no other reason than bad psychology. Do you get that?
Mhm.
Patsy, do you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, kinda.
Natalia, do you get that?
Yeah.
Pastor Chance, you get that?
Mhm.
Pastor Winston, did you get that, sir?
Yes, sir. I've been there before, sir.
You've been there before. That's true. And so we go back now as we close our session to where we started from. Where's 1 second. Where are our notes? Okay, 30th of March. We go back to our notes. This is the order in which you need to apply it. You first of all apply the technical knowledge, right? Which we would teach you over the next few weeks and months. What are the markets supposed to do? So all the stuff I showed you about the engulfing, about the daily bias, about the market structure break, the lines that I drew saying it was supposed to hit this line and then come back and everything. All that is That's all tech. So all this is technical knowledge. This analysis here. So the weekly gap, the daily touch, the daily engulfing, the market structure break, the return, the signal, all this is technical stuff. You either know it or you don't. After learning it, you need discipline, structure, and order. These are the days I'm trading every week. These are the times of the day I'm trading. Ideally, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, until you become an expert and you know what to do with Mondays and Fridays. It'll be New York Open or London Open or both. 6 to 10 in the morning, 12 noon to 3 in the afternoon. That's it. If I don't see a trade, I'm going. There will be days where the trade will form at 11. Oh, I should have stuck around. It's tempting you.
Yeah.
So that you can lose more money at 11 o'clock tomorrow. You're playing the averages. You're dealing with what works that is set in stone. You're not trying to pick and choose. I'm trading Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 to 10 or 12 to 3 or both. I'm trading these pairs. I'm applying this technical knowledge. I'm bringing a directional bias every day. Today, I'm only going up or down. I'm not going both. I'm waiting for my signal using the technical information. I have structure and order. I don't trade 1 week and I disappear for 3 weeks. I don't overtrade. I'm sticking to 1% risk maximum per day. That's the maximum amount of money that I can lose and not beat my cat for swallowing. I'm only joking, animal lovers. I'm only joking, right? When this gets on YouTube. I'm looking for a minimum of 3 to 1 risk to reward, but I want 4. I will only pick 3 if I can't find a trade that gives me 4. If I pick 4, I can win. I can lose 3 trades and win the 4th and still be in profit. And I have psychology. I plan my trade and I trade my plan. I hold my nerve. I don't close early. I don't close late. I don't chase price. If I miss the trade, I wait for the next one. I don't jump in when the price is gone and then it turns around on me. I don't say, well, Israel said in the group, he's going long, but my analysis says short. But Israel's a day trader. I'm trading the 4-hour opposition, so I'm going to chain my trade because of what Israel said. No. I've applied the technical knowledge. I'm disciplined. I'm structured. I'm orderly. I have good psychology. You will make money. I guarantee you. Even if your technical knowledge is bad, if you have discipline, structure, and order and good psychology, you will make money. But your technical knowledge can be great. If the other two are horrible, you will lose. And so the technical stuff is at best 25% of trading, which is why I'm not starting you off with it. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Before I start to teach you the technical stuff, I want you to see how inadequate it is if you don't bring the other mental stuff to the table. So ask yourself, can I follow rules? Can I be structured? And can I learn? It's a learning process, like learning to drive a car. You're scared at first. So the psychology comes with time. But if you cannot see yourself learning to be disciplined, structured, orderly with good psychology, it's been nice talking to you today. This will be a good time for you to save yourself pain in the future. Because if you come to trading thinking I'm going to make a whole lot of money overnight and I'm going to be rich and buy the car and the Bugatti and the Lamborghini I see in the newspaper, you will cry. It will take your lunch money and your pension fund. But if you come with discipline, structure, order, and you learn good psychology and you learn to grow at your pace, that's why I took the $100 account, because I want to show you guys over the next few months what you can do with $100. Then you will grow your money and you will someday get the Lamborghini.
Amen.
All right, guys.
Buy you your Bentley.
Amen. I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to that. So I can't take any more questions because of time, because I've got a meeting that should have started half an hour ago. I'm keeping a member of my staff waiting, and they're a member of my staff who doesn't like to be kept waiting. So pray for me. But if you have any questions, ask them in the group.
Okay.
and I'll answer them where everybody can see. And this will go on YouTube at some point later tonight or early tomorrow, so you can watch it again. All right, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
It's been
Thanks.
great hanging with you. Take care. Stay safe. Stay at home. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Use your sanitizer if you still have some. And if you don't, go to the shop, buy vodka. And if you're a Christian, make sure nobody sees you buying the vodka. And put soap in it immediately so you're not tempted to drink.
Okay.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
All right.
That's true.
Bye, everyone.